Hey everyone, I'm a little bit late, but super excited to connect with you. Had some issues with my Facebook Live. It wasn't in the appropriate direction. So really excited to connect with you today. It was really kind of last minute. I felt, really inspired to hop on here and connect with you all. So I'm going to wait a couple of minutes and make sure that I'm in the right direction. If you could let me know. Okay, I am. I just saw myself. Hey, Tamala, I'm so glad you're here. Yay, Maria, hi. So today's the summer solstice, and it's a really special time astrologically. Obviously, the summer solstice is happening in the northern hemisphere, right? And so we've got winter solstice happening in the southern hemisphere. So what does that mean for us? We don't have to be astrologers. We don't even have to believe in it. But really, whenever we go through these changes in nature, whenever we have these seasonal shifts, we can also create meaning from them and use them as places to touch base and also look at our own lives, right? Because as so without, so within. The world outside of us is really a reflection of what's going on within as well. So a lot of our ancestors, whether they were in the northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, were going through a lot of shifts during the seasons because their livelihood depended on it. So for many of us, we can still totally work and we can still have warm homes, right? Whether it's winter or we can have AC now. But in the ancient days, when people really honored the winter and summer solstice, they had an extra weight upon them because the seasons were actually the way, and the seasons not only guided our spiritual growth, it also guided our exterior growth. So in the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, normally we would all be inside. There would be a certain amount of bounty, a certain amount of fire burning, and a lot of celebration indoors during the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, where we would gather with family. So a lot of our ancestors used the seasons to guide their lives, naturally shifting their diets, naturally shifting the way that they lived, right? And now, modern day, when we can have a super cold home during the summer solstice, if it's hot outside, hi Jackie, how are you? And during the winter solstice, we can have heat indoors. It starts to shift us a little. And so what we found is that when we're not honoring the seasons, when we're not honoring our internal seasons, we get off balance. So during the summer solstice, speaking mostly to a lot of those people who are in the northern hemisphere, who are my friends here on Facebook, we're in the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, also called the midsummer, right? It's the midsummer, and Shakespeare talked about in the Midsummer Night's Dream. It's the time of the fairies. It's the time of magic. And why is it so? Because symbolically, archetypally, we're talking about the light. We're talking about extension of the light and celebrating that light within our lives, celebrating it within this season of the northern hemisphere, summer solstice, and really giving thanks for what we have, and also kind of stretching out our arms. We've come out of spring, we've come out of winter, and enjoying ourselves. So for this summer solstice, this message just came to me. I didn't prepare anything. I really wanted to connect with all of you, to invite you in to take a moment today to really connect to what you're grateful for, and also to give yourself permission to really be alive. Now you might be saying, well, Vanessa, we're all alive, we're all here. But so many times, hey Jocelyn, so many times, we have all these rules, we have to get so much work done, we have children, we have bills to pay, we have things that are going on in our lives. And so I want to invite you to tap into this magic of the summer solstice. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you go do a cleanse and clear your space. It could be. It doesn't mean that you need to take a special bath or light a special candle. Get together with friends today. Go take a walk and embrace nature. Breathe in deeply. Kind of celebrate, the winter you have gone through. And the winter meaning, those times of solitude where you've had to go inwards and maybe question your reality, question your relationship, or question the way you're living your life. So in this summer solstice, the invitation is to go within for a moment, right? Hey, Jocelyn, and kind of give thanks. Give thanks for all that you've been through, right? As the seasons reflect our inner lives, what did you go through this winter? What did you discover this spring? This very weird weather that we're having where it's not quite spring, it's not quite this. And And then tap into the magic of what you want to bring in. What are you manifesting? So June 21st, summer solstice has always been so powerful for me. You know, I've manifested a relation. I've met so many people. I've manifested relationships during during the midsummer night, right? I've manifested businesses, new programs. A lot of things were initiated. Jackie, just giving thanks as I sat on the beach and wrote this poem. The sun kissed my entire body and warming my skin and filling me with energy. Jackie, I'll read it later because right now it cuts off, but thank you for sharing that poem. And Kristen, hey V, hey Kristen. And so I want to invite you into that, inviting you into that gratitude, giving thanks. You know, I know that the world is still upside down. I know that politically we're all crazy. I know that politically, you know, we don't know what's happening. A lot of people are worried about their money. People are worried about their jobs. But let's give thanks for what we have and then really live. Right? So after this video, I'm actually going to take a break. I worked all morning. I have like 4 sessions in the afternoon, but I'm going to go to the pool and just swim and just breathe and connect. Hey Ashley, hey Nikki. I love this. When you first started speaking about the transitions in our cold homes in the summer, I thought you were going to ask us to turn off the AC or something. Oh, laugh my butt off. Yes. Well, I'm just talking about, you know, how we used to be so attuned to the seasons, right? Because we were at the mercy of the seasons in the old days. The ancestors needed to gather together to gather to create the bonfire. They needed to gather that. And now we're so dispersed in our homes. I mean, so connected by technology, which is a miracle and so incredible, amazing, and powerful. And yet at the same time, we're cut off. So today, especially tomorrow, but especially today, you know, go within, give thanks, and then rejoice with someone, right? Like we're doing today. Like rejoice with someone. Feel alive, shout out, jump around. This is the time throughout Europe that in the northern hemisphere, when the summer solstice came about, you know, we created bonfires. And the times of the goddess, you know, all rituals of love and all rituals of love and pleasure, you know, are what she believes in. The feminine energy of touch, of kissing, of love, of hugging. Hi, Becky. And so this is an invitation also for your spirit that may have gone through so much in the winter, trials and tribulations. And remember, it could be the literal winter, or it could be the winter of your soul, right? Where you're like, I don't know, nothing's growing, I don't know what's happening internally. And then, you know, there's the spring of your soul and the spring outside in the world, where the buds are coming out, you know, allergy season for me. But also, like, what am I planting? What's new in my life? And now it's summer. So an invitation to be in your body a little more. You may not be able to be out in the sun, but that doesn't matter. Gather with friends, have a good time. You know, have a margarita if that's what you go for. Get to a pool if you like that, or put on some music and dance. Feel free in your body. As I was saying, in ancient times, we used to create bonfires and jump over the bonfires. We used to play. People used to, you know, kind of have the freedom to pick their sexual partners and go have some fun. So really just allow that pleasure-filled nature to come out. We know that there are responsibilities. We know that there's things to do. We know there's homes to take care of, and we know that there are lives to lead and businesses to build and babies to feed and kittens to love. But, you know, let's do something that brings us pleasure today. So inviting you into just gratitude and pleasure. And, you know, if you're watching and you're going through a really difficult time, yes, awesome that you did a fire ceremony, Becky. If you're going through a difficult time in your life right now, or you're questioning certain things, you know, allow it to be. Don't push it away. Allow it to be. But just allow yourself to be in your body and to feel what feels good, to move towards what feels good. You know, is it a hot bath with some lotion? Is it a massage? Is it a fire celebration? Is it a quiet celebration? Is it going out to lunch with girlfriends or guy friends or whatever it is? Is it love making? Which I think, you know, you could do that at any season, at any day, and any time. So pleasure rules in that arena. But just letting yourself be here. And that's really the message. Again, I had no plan. I wanted to connect with all of you. I will be doing, I think it's in 2 weeks, I'll be doing this while I'll be answering questions. But if you want to share here how you... I'm happily wearing my body glitter today. Yay, Jackie. Love it. I'm going to dance. Dancing has been a gateway for me. Thanks for the reminder. Awesome, Tamala. I love it. So I'm going to head to the pool now. I'm going to get in a bathing suit. I'm going to head to the pool. I'm going to swim about because I have 4 sessions this afternoon going until 8 o'clock at night. But I just wanted to connect with you. I'm sending you all so much love. And, you know, it's like this permission to be alive, this permission to rejoice in what is really important for us, because especially as light workers and as people who take our spirituality really seriously, because I know that I do, right? We also have to know that, the world's not going to fall apart if we dance. And yet, hey Anita, happy solstice. And yet, our world might fall apart if we don't dance, The world might fall apart if we don't love ourselves, our worlds. Because if we don't self-care and we don't allow ourselves to rejoice in what is in this moment, then we also limit our rechargeability, or we limit our recharging of our batteries. We limit, I brought more joy into my life by adopting 2 really cute kittens. And I mean, I hadn't adopted kittens in 20 years. I didn't have cats for 20 years. I wanted them so much. And I gave myself that joy. My boyfriend agreed with me. And I mean, we're like cuddling and hugging them and playing with them every day. So yes, the world is still not an playing and having fun and allowing ourselves those times to just be here now are really key. And remember that the more we allow ourselves to be present in this moment, we also allow ideas, we allow spirit to move through us. By being present and not overly focused on the future and not stressing or being shameful or sad about the past, we allow ourselves to really see the opportunities that are before us. This is also a really good time not only to be grateful for what we've been through, but also to rejoice in what is in the moment. Also to set an intention. There's all this magic. What intention are we setting? I'm setting the intention that my love life and my home life keeps growing in a positive way. That hola Mari, that I begin to gather some community here in my new area near Harrisburg in Pennsylvania, and that I keep growing as a human being in a balanced and healthy way. And also my intention for all of you is that you may find joy in the struggle and also pleasure in your everyday lives. Let's allow ourselves more pleasure. What happens is when we don't give ourselves pleasure or self-care, then we go cray-cray, right? We get drained, we get broken, and then we get sick. We literally get sick, or we just get so drained that we don't have any power to move forward with the things that we love in life, right? And so being strict with ourselves and overly disciplined is not going to work during this time. Give yourself that joy, allow yourself that dance, allow yourself that touch, that hug, that kiss, and invite and bring into more pleasurable embodied experiences. And then allow spirit to move through that. Sending you so much love. And if you want to connect, you know where to find me, intuitiveleverage.com and also awakensoulbiz.com. In 2 weeks, I'll be coming on and answering questions, sending you love, really amazing, bright blessings on this summer solstice, and sending you just loves and kisses and hugs and joy and kitten love as well if you like kittens. Sending you love. Bye, guys.